And what's going on, guys? This is the Club of the Man 1993 coming at you live for another live review as we review NXT from this week's episode of the November 15th, 2017 edition, the Go Home Show for the NXT TakeOver War Games pay-per-view. Should be an exciting weekend. We're going to be seeing that and Survivor Series this Sunday. And I actually have a special guest with me today. He asked me if he could join me today, and I most gladly accepted. It's always cool talking wrestling with this man here, and that's my good friend Robbie One Kenobi. Robbie, it's good to have you on the show, man.
Thank you, Mike. It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me today, and ready to talk some NXT, man.
Let's do it, man. So overall, I guess first ask you, what were your thoughts on tonight's show? Did it do a good job with giving you the hype and getting into NXT War Games?
You know what? I feel like tonight's Go Home show was very simple, but it did get me excited for NXT War Games. You know, you had some really good promo packages that played during the show to hype you up for big matches, especially for the War Games match. And we had some good matches involving some key players in the TakeOver War Games show in some key matches. So overall, good show, exciting show. I enjoyed it. And like I said, it stuck to a simple format, but it got me more excited for NXT TakeOver War Games, and that's what a go-home show should do.
Definitely, yes. I mean, like I said, it was simple. Wasn't anything like, too spectacular, but it was still a solid 1 hour show to sit through. I do kind of wish they would have done something with, the participants in the War Games match, because, I mean, I loved how we ended last week's show with the match with Adam Cole and Roderick Strong getting us hyped for a War Games match. I feel like that's probably the big money match to be watching for this show, but I can still forgive that because overall it still got us hyped for all the matches. We got hyped for Lars Sullivan, Cassius Ohno. They showed packages for the Velveteen Dream and Aleister Black. We had the ending confrontation with Drew McIntyre and Andrade Cien Almas, and we had some showing tonight from the Street Profits and from Ember Moon as well, and a stare down with the 4 members of the NXT Women's Championship match, which that is going to be a very unpredictable match this coming Sunday because I still can't tell you who's going to win the match.
Yeah, that's what I like. That match is very unpredictable. I'll save my thoughts for that when I do NXT TakeOver War Games predictions, but like I was telling you the other day, Mike, when it was first announced, I thought right off the bat it was going to be Kairi Sane.
Me too.
But the way that they have built up Nikki Cross with the momentum she's gained, and of course you got Payne Royce in there, somewhat of a dark horse, and then you got Ember Moon with her own struggles and whatnot. Any woman could take it, and like I said, I'll talk more about it in my predictions video. But it's every woman for herself, and it's any woman's ball game.
Yeah, exactly, pretty much. That's what I like. They don't make it too obvious and too predictable that we're going to watch a match, but we know they're going to win. But this Sunday, we don't know who's going to win this match. So I'm really excited, looking forward to it as well. And as well as most of these matches, for the most part, are pretty unpredictable for this Sunday. But let's get right into the show here. We start off with a match with the Street Profits taking on a team of Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss recently, they've just been having some altercations backstage. The recent one was either a week or two ago when they were they had the Street Profits taking claim to Tina Sabatelli's suit, and they're pretty much taking claim to it, saying, don't touch our clothes. If you want to, take us out in the ring, we can do it then. And I thought they had a pretty fun match. These are 2 upcoming teams. The Tino Sabatelli, Riddick Moss is becoming a strong heel faction. I can see them making run for the NXT tag titles and the Street Profits as well. Just a fun team, I love their gimmick. I think that they have a good chance to, be NXT champions as well someday. Maybe they could be the ones that would, take the titles off of Undisputed Era, since they're probably most likely going to run with the tag titles down the line. I love to see them feud with, guys like, the New Day or the Usos or even Chad Gable and, say with me, Robbie, Shelton Benjamin. I just see a lot of potential there. They're a fun tag team, and they picked up the victory here over Sabatelli and Riddick Moss. So they continue their momentum going. Robbie, your thoughts on this match as well?
Good fun match. Just it was short, dude. When Angelo Dawkins landed that knockout jab and it was over, I was like, it's over, like that. What? It's like the reaction when I first saw your Tainara Conti photo. Yeah.
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 AJ came back. Well, AJ saying, "Hey guys, look, I'm the champion again."
Yeah. Champ that runs the camp, face that runs the place.
And the guy who finally ended the nightmare of Jinder Mahal's title reign.
That's another story for a different day.
Yes,
But no, yeah,
definitely.
I'm getting back to the match. Good fun match. I like the Street Profits. They're a very fun, entertaining team. I think Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss, while still in NXT, have a bright future ahead of them. I like how Tino has the Superman symbol on his tights as his logo. I think that's really cool. I like how he's kind of like the money maker. He's got all the flat, the fancy suits, fancy cars, and whatnot. So I like that. Good fun match. Just like I said, I surprised how short it was. But Montez Ford, that guy's pretty agile.
He
He's
is, yes.
yeah. I saw a little Eddie Guerrero in him when he did that flip over the top rope and then he did the drop kick. So that's really cool. I like him and Angelo Dawkins. It's cool that he finally they finally gave him something, or they finally I guess you could say the time was finally right for him. Because, yeah, he was jobbing, and then they paired him up with Montez Ford, and these guys have hit it off perfectly ever since becoming a team. So I'm a big fan of Street Profits. I got to get myself one of their cups just to have, because I think the cup is awesome. The cup itself, I mean, it's like the list of Jericho in a way.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, both teams, young teams with bright futures. I love the Street Profits. I like what Sabatelli and Riddick Moss are doing. And good win for the Street Profits. And yeah, I think maybe around Mania weekend or maybe after Mania, I see them challenging for the tag titles.
Yes, definitely keep it going there, and we can see that match happening. Maybe a takeover New Orleans, if not, definitely probably take over Brooklyn 4 if they are going back to Brooklyn next year, I believe. But
yeah.
But yes, bright future for the NXT tag team division, definitely. One division being built up really strong right now. And these two guys are showing that it's the future as well. Well, two teams.
Yeah.
We then got a video package hyping for the match between Aleister Black and the Velveteen Dream. This feud has been, built like, pretty strong and simply. It's been, like you're talking about Angelo Dawkins, Patrick Clark, before it became the Velveteen Dream, was kind of jobbing as well. But now he seemed to have found his niche with this gimmick. At first wasn't quite a big fan of it at first. I didn't quite understand it. But now I've slowly, gained to become a fan of him. I'm just not sure, who I want to see win this matchup, because, I love Aleister Black, and I'm gaining respect for the Velveteen Dream. I really like his agility as well. Like, he's like a bigger cruiserweight to me, in my opinion. I love that his that purple rainbreaker elbow drop that he does for his finisher. But just so far, he's been given to throw up against guys like, Leo Rush or Cesar Bononi and a lot of, low card guys. And he hasn't really gotten that big match yet. And to put up against a guy like Aleister Black, who has already had some big matches and feels pretty developed already, it's tough for me to really pick a winner here, because, I would love to see Aleister get the win again. But at the same time, I feel like the Velveteen Dream could use a big win as well. I know you don't want to really say too much since you have your takeover predictions card you're going to be doing tomorrow, but any thoughts on this video package as well?
It just did what it needed to do, get you hyped for the match. I mean, it shows you the story that's been going on. It's a great clash of a counter clash of styles. You have Aleister Black, this dark, mysterious warrior, and then you have the Velveteen Dream, he's like Prince, he's like Purple Rain, he's the light. And I just like how, they built to this match. I mean, one thing I want to say is that, like, what I like about NXT is that they are utilizing a lot of young talent, or a few young talent are getting a chance to shine in their first takeover match. Lars Sullivan, who we'll get to in a little bit, Velveteen Dream. I like, the whole Velveteen Dream gimmick. It sounds stupid, but like with the proper booking and with Patrick Clark's command and everything, he's made this gimmick work. So it makes him a little, somewhat of not a daunting task, but it makes him a credible challenge for Aleister Black. He's very different. He's unorthodox, and it's not to say that Aleister Black isn't unorthodox as well, but it's going to make for an interesting matchup. And this is going to be the match where Velveteen Dream has a chance to really prove himself, have like a breakout moment, and I'll always go back to this match because it was a great coming out party for this person, Becky Lynch against Sasha Banks at TakeOver Unstoppable 2 years ago. So I'll talk more about it in my predictions, but I think this is a big opportunity for Velveteen Dream, win or lose, or draw, if even that's possible. But yeah, I like what he's done. He's made this character work. NXT's put a lot of faith in him, and they've made it work as well with the proper booking. And like I said, with his command, he's made this work. So it's going to be an intriguing matchup between him and Aleister Black.
Definitely, like I said before, he's like a bigger cruiserweight to me. I could definitely see him and Aleister Styles colliding as well, pretty well too. And the Dream also, I didn't realize how young he was. He's only 22 years old, I think, from what I saw. He's only that young. So,
wow.
And again, this opportunity right now too. And like you said before, at first the gimmick when I first saw it, I'm like, oh, this just looks kind of ridiculous. But no, he's made it work. He just wants Aleister to say his name. Say my name.
Do you remember when he first debuted in NXT before it was the Velveteen Dream? He came out in those American flag pants.
Something like that, yes. Yeah, I just remember seeing that. And it's Patrick Clark. I'm like, okay, who are you? And now
He's from Tough Enough.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Tough Enough. Yeah, that show. Like, that's long forgotten now. But if you can say, if it works out, a Tough Enough winner can work. Well, I don't think he won Tough Enough, but he was a contestant. But you can say that, he somehow succeeded. I mean, there's Miz also, I think, was on Tough Enough too.
Oh, long time ago, man. In 2004, like 13 years ago.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Man. But yeah, I definitely do look forward to this match on Sunday. And like you said too, it could be as well as you called it a few months ago, one of the eventual hidden gems for NXT TakeOver as well, because there'll be a match that could, give Velveteen Dream a chance to shine and win or lose, at least look like, he's, becoming something in the brand as well.
Yeah.
Yes. And then we then have the match with another newer talent who's going to get his first chance to get a takeover experience. Lars Sullivan took on Raul Mendoza, who has been used in a couple matches here. And I think he was used against Johnny Gargano. I think he had a match against Aleister Black. I do see some potential in him as well, but he's more so being used as like a low-end jobber right now. But of course, Lars Sullivan is pretty much the Braun Strowman of NXT right now, if you want to put it that way. Just wrecking havoc, just tearing people to shreds, and then just beating them isn't enough. He does his post-match rituals as well. There's nothing new here. Mendoza got a little bit of offense in on Sullivan, but Sullivan just, put him down with the freak accident, the deadlift into a side slam. And then, that was just pretty much it for him. And then afterwards, Sullivan goes to, do his usual, post-match beatdown. And then Cassius Ohno ran in there. They had a stare down, and Sullivan just laughed him off and walked away. I do think Cassius Ohno is a great opponent for Lars Sullivan. Someone who hasn't had too much experience on TakeOver yet. I mean, I'm glad that Ohno himself is getting experience on TakeOver because he hasn't really gotten any experience besides replacing No Way Jose at NXT TakeOver Orlando in that mixed tag match against Sanity. So, I mean, this is an opportunity for him. But unlike how I feel about why I'm more torn with Aleister Black in the Dream, because Aleister Black feels a lot more established. Cassius Ohno, somewhat established, but not as much as Aleister Black, in my opinion. And I feel like, he'd be a good opponent to at least help put over Lars Sullivan as well this Sunday and continue to build him up in his path of destruction. But yeah, the match just served its purpose. Just had to stare down, had Sullivan and Ohno go face to face before their matches Sunday. Your thoughts on this, Robbie?
I mean, Raul Mendoza got in I think 3 or 4 quick kicks, and then after that, he just got mauled. He just got destroyed. And yeah, pretty much you could say that Lars Sullivan is like the new Braun Strowman of NXT. And I like what they're doing with him. I like how they're building him up. Is it me, or does Lars Sullivan kind of look like a bald Baron Corbin?
Actually, now you say that, yeah, I actually do see it. I definitely think so. Yes, a bald Baron Corbin.
Yeah, but they're doing good things with him. And again, like I said earlier, it's cool that Lars Sullivan is getting his first big break at a TakeOver special, just like Velveteen Dream is. And it's see, NXT believes in their future. They believe in their young talent, and they utilize them properly. And that's what I love NXT for. This match with Ohno, it would really surprise me if Ohno got squashed. it would really surprise me if that happens, but I think he's going to put up more of a fight against Sullivan than like previous opponents have done. But yeah, I mean, I'll give my prediction right here. I'll talk a little bit more about it, but I don't see Ono winning. But I would be surprised if Ono gets like not buried, if he gets squashed. I'd be surprised. But I think he's gonna put up a fight, and it's not gonna be that easy for Lars Sullivan. I like how Lars was laughing, and he was just, you know, cocky, and he doesn't think much of Ono, but like, watch, Ono's gonna give him a fight. So yeah, it's gonna be good. I think it'll be a good, hard-hitting match.
Yeah, I think so. I'm expecting at least maybe a match similar to what kind of like on the lines of, you know, Brock and Braun. I'm not Brock and Braun. Brock, definitely not Brock and Braun. Brock and Goldberg had at Mania, like, you know, maybe like a 7-minute match, hopefully a little bit longer, because NXT does tend to give their matches at takeovers good amount of time. So I'm hoping like for like that type of like a big man match where it's like, you know, it's not like, you know, overdone, but it's still strong enough, and it, you know, puts whoever over deserves to be over, and it'll still make the loser come out looking strong, which I think should be Lars Sullivan win the match, but Cassius Ohno still comes out of the match looking good as well.
Yeah.
Yes, and yes, I love the laugh that Lars gave to Ono when he was just walking out. It's like, ha ha ha, you really think so?
Yeah.
Speaking of like, you know, matches that could be good, which this match could be good, but I'm a little disappointed it's not actually going to be on the TakeOver show. It's actually going to be a dark match, apparently. We then have this backstage segment with between William Regal and Johnny Gargano. Gargano first apologizes about how he's been not performing as well as of late, but Regal tells him not to worry about it, and he knows that he'll be able to turn things around and, you know, improve as a singles competitor. And he mentions how Pete Dunne has issued an open challenge for the United Kingdom Championship, and Regal thinks Gargano is the one to accept the opportunity, and Gargano accepts. And but then, of course, it is revealed that it will be a dark match recorded on Saturday, and it will air next week, most likely probably being the main event next week. Like, as much as I would have liked to have seen the match happen at TakeOver War Games, I think it could be a really good match. I still think either way, I'm going to really enjoy this match. You know, it's probably a match of the year contender. Pete Dunne always tends to seem to put on great matches as the United Kingdom champion, especially the match he had when he won the UK Championship off of Tyler Bate and NXT TakeOver Chicago, one of the best matches of the year, I feel, in my opinion. And with Johnny Gargano, you know, having match of the year contenders written all over him, I think him and Pete Dunne can put on a solid match next week. Are you looking forward to this match as well, Robbie?
I'm so looking forward to this match because this has Show Stealer written all over it. And, you know, like I told Candice LeRae when I literally met her a few days ago at a local independent wrestling show, nice. I was bummed that it's not going to be on the TakeOver card.
Oh, definitely.
And I told her it was going to steal the show, no doubt. And she told me that's probably why they didn't put it on the TakeOver card. I think it's great that it is going to be on NXT TV next week. I mean, that's a great main event right there. But, I mean, the fact that it's Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling, versus the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne for the United Kingdom Championship, I mean, that screams TakeOver. You know what I'm saying?
It does.
I'm excited for it. It's still going to be an awesome match. I can't wait to see what goes down. Yeah, I just wish it was on TakeOver. But I think also with like what's with all the matches, I think if this wasn't War Games, it would definitely be on the card. But I think because of the magnitude of War Games, they had to leave it off the card. I mean, like, I understand, but if I had to choose, I'd probably put the Cassius Ohno match as the taped match for the following week, and then I replace it with Ohno, Dunne and Gargano.
Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, I would go that way, but at least we have, you know, something big to look forward to, and not taking it away right away, and then like that big moment gets taken away from an episode of NXT.
Yeah.
But yes, I really think that's going to be a match of the year contender we're going to have next week as well. And also next week, it was also announced that we're going to get Ruby Riott taking on Sonya Deville as well in a match that has implications on, well, that came off of whenever Deville claims that Ruby didn't tap out in their triple threat match whenever everyone hit that really sick looking eclipse on Sonya Deville, and Ruby Riott's been having like injury ever since, and then they're going to be going at it again to show, who should have really won that match between the two of them. So that should be a good match as well next week. So we already got a good setup for next week's episode of NXT. And then before we get to the match between Ember and Mercedes Martinez, we had hype for the War Games match, just recapping what has gone on with them. The Undisputed Era making their first appearance. Well, they had each, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly did have their own singles debut. Different NXT shows right before TakeOver Brooklyn 3, but then they made their first appearance as a group at TakeOver Brooklyn 3 when they attacked Sanity and AOP at the end of the NXT tag title match. That was a really good tag match. And then later in the night, the NXT debut of Adam Cole, baby!
Cole, baby!
When Fish and O'Reilly came out, it was only a matter of time. We were just like, where is he? Come on now. And he came out, and then we popped at the house. But yes, and then we leave from there, and then, they've been going after Sandy, and AOP, was out for a while, but they came back. Roderick Strong got involved in this as well as the Undisputed Era tried to recruit him, and he thought he was going to join, but then instead he just double crosses on them, and it's so weird. I think the teaming of Roderick Strong and AOP, but I'm going to accept it for what it was, because I think these three teams are ready to legitimately tear the house down on Saturday. I personally feel this should be the main event because, the championship match between McIntyre and Almas is going to be good, but I don't think anything's going to be able to outdo this. This, I think, has got to be the main event. Any thoughts you want to share on this as well, Robbie?
No, I agree. I think it will be the main event because, I think McIntyre and Andrade are going to have a good match for the championship. But I think the main event is War Games. It's called NXT TakeOver War Games for a reason. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the main event. It's going to be a wicked main event, an insane main event. And I just can't wait to see it. I love how they hyped up War Games. The whole, the Undisputed Era have left their mark ever since they debuted. Beating up Sandy, beating up AOP, and then Roddy got thrown into the mix. So, and I know you think, I know you just said a few minutes ago, literally seconds ago, that it's kind of weird seeing Roddy team with AOP. The thing is, when you look at it, you've got, even though they're on separate teams, you've got 4 Ring of Honor standouts in this match, and I think that's
right.
the big link right there is Roddy, Adam Cole, Bebe, excuse me, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. They all have that ROH brotherhood. So even though it's kind of random to see Roddy team with AOP, for Roddy and his 3 ROH brethren, who are now NXT brethren, obviously, it comes full circle in a way. So it's going to be great to see him in the main event. Look at the talent in this main event, man. Like I said, Adam Cole, Bebe, Kyle O'Reilly, excuse me, and Bobby Fish, Red Dragon. You've got Eric Young, Killian Dane, and Alexander Wolf, and then Roderick Strong, Akam, and Razor. 9 young talents all in the main event. It's not like on the main roster where it's like Roman Reigns is always in the main event or Seth Rollins is always in the main event. It's 9 fresh young faces many of them who are veterans from the independent circuit in a huge main event of this caliber. And that's what I love again about NXT is that they give, it's all about the future. It's all about this talent, and they give the talent the chance to shine. And what a better way than this match?
Exactly. Yes. With, the brutality and the chaos that has overcome this match, it needs to go this far pretty much.
Yeah.
And I'm excited as well. As I said, I've never seen a War Games match before. I look forward to seeing what happens. I think they put the right people in place as well. It's not just, 3 random jobbing teams just being thrown into the match. I think it's going to tear the house down.
That's the other thing. It's good that you brought that up because if they did this on the main roster, it would just be like a bunch of random teams, or maybe it would be like, I don't know, the Shield versus maybe the Miz and the Bar, or the Shield versus the New Day, if they were going to do like a Raw versus SmackDown thing. But yeah, on NXT, they made it feel very special. on the main roster, I feel like they would just put together like 3 random teams, or that little chance that maybe, yeah, it's like the Shield versus the New Day. That's a War Games. That's a fitting of a War Games match, but it would need proper build, you know, not just like 1 week's build like what happens. And that match I'll talk about when I do Survivor Series predictions, which I am excited for that match. I think it's going to be a really good match, but just like NXT built this War Games up so much better than what the main roster would build it up to.
Yes, and speaking of War Games, since I know Robbie even wanted to try to do a video about this, but I thought about 3 teams I would like to see in a War Games match on the main roster. I can share that really quick. What if you had the Shield, Evolution, and the New Japan Pro Wrestling's version of the Bullet Club? Either with like Finn Balor and Gallows and Anderson, or even AJ Styles with Gallows and Anderson. What would you think of those 3 teams going at it inside War Games?
That's insane. So you're talking about Triple H, Orton, and Batista for Evolution,
yes.
versus the Club versus the Shield. That's a War Games match right there, my man.
Oh, yeah. I've never seen one yet, but I just came up with one right there. I'm sure there's 3 teams that just go in there and just tear each other apart pretty much. I mean, we already got that already when the Shield feuded with Evolution back in 2014, but just to go to even a step further, not just a no-holds-bar elimination match like they had go up to War Games, it's going to really tear the house down.
That would. I mean, if I was going to do my own like WWE NXT War Games match, I'd have AJ, Balor, Nakamura, and Joe battle McIntyre, Roddy, Adam Cole, and Aleister Black.
Sure, let's go for that. That'd be a solid, 8-man match inside War Games as well.
Hell yeah. The 4 best on NXT versus the 4 best on the main roster. Shit, that's War Games right there. That's what War Games is all about.
You ever think they would ever do a main roster versus NXT match at all? It could be a WrestleMania. Heck, they could have done Survivor Series for all I care.
I'd like to see it, but I just want it to be done properly, and I don't want to see the NXT guys like lose left and right. That's my main concern.
That is true. Yeah, that's great there. But it would be different to see. I just want to end up like how like the Nexus ended up or whatnot.
No, oh god, no. That'd be awful. That'd be awful.
It would be. No. But yeah, but yes, definitely looking forward to this War Games match on Saturday. Getting back to the show, we then had a match that kind of gave Ember Moon some momentum going into her fatal 4-way match on Saturday. She took on Mercedes Martinez, who called out Ember Moon a few weeks ago, saying that she can't win the big one at all, and to her, facing her is a big one, challenge. It was a hard-hitting affair. Ember Moon and Mercedes Martinez both bigger women. Mercedes Martinez probably has a little bit more of a size advantage. There was Ember really sold the heck out of that one vicious chop by Mercedes Martinez.
Yep.
And then she took a few suplexes on there. And then eventually though, Ember Moon would get the win over Mercedes Martinez with the Eclipse, which looks really good as well. And then afterwards, as Ember celebrating, Nikki Cross makes her way to the Rainbow, of course, enters through the crowd. I like how she does that, just the theme music for her and just adding that to it is just like, just the mystery. Where is she going to be at, whatnot?
Yeah.
And then Peyton Royce comes out and Kairi Sane comes out, just aiming the elbow towards all 3 of them, saying, you're going to be getting this on Sunday because she has the insane elbow drop. But I like this little stare down. I think this match is going to be a really strong match as well. As again, we said at the beginning of the show, very unpredictable match. We have no idea who's going to win this match, but I think it's still going to be good. But I don't know if it's going to top off Ember and Asuka take over Brooklyn 3, but it's still going to be a really good match and a chance for some new talent. Well, Nikki Cross has gotten some title opportunities. Payne Royce has only gotten 1. Ember Moon's had how many? But Kairi Sane's going to get a chance to continue to shine as well, as she's the Mae Young Classic winner.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this match, Robbie?
Okay, so first off, Ember versus Mercedes Martinez, good women's match. Mercedes had a strong showing. She got a lot of offense in. It was hard hitting. That chop was pretty vicious. Ember got the win. That gives her momentum going into Saturday's match at TakeOver. I liked the stare down between the 4 women at the end. Nikki Cross's entrance music is great. It fits her perfectly, especially when she comes from the crowd. Because, like you said, you never know where she's gonna come from. Yeah. What do you like better, that or?
I'm not sure. That's a really tough one. If I could pick which one I like better, I still gotta go with.
Yeah.
If we can rise from garbage trucks.
Yeah. 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 So getting back to what I was saying, yeah, I like that. And then out came Peyton Royce, and Peyton Royce, like I marked out for her. I popped for her because damn, she was looking fine tonight, boy. I love me some iconic duo. I think we need an iconic duo in the horsemen of the YWC.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, but anyway, it was, yeah, I liked how they came out, and Kyrie with the elbow, a la Cassius Ohno, just saying one of them's gonna get in the heart, or all of them are gonna get in the heart if she has her way. I really like I forgot if it was like it was the night that Nikki Cross won the Battle Royal, and they were all out there, and Regal was in the middle with the title. That was great.
Oh yes, that too. They all came out and just had a stare down there, just saying we're the 4-1 bits being here in this match, but we're gonna kick all your asses.
Yep, that was great. Like that made it feel like it felt like it was Takeover War Games, and that was just regular NXT taping. Imagine what it's gonna be like Saturday when it's all 4 of them in the ring fighting for that vacant women's championship. It's every woman for herself.
It is definitely, and as we keep saying too, it's very unpredictable of who's going to win this match. Again, I can't say there's going to be one definite winner at all. All 4 of these women have a strong chance.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, you know what was going through my mind?
What?
As I was watching. Okay, so we're talking about the women's division, right? We're talking about the women.
Yes.
I was like, then where are my Ruby Riott ice cream bars?
Then where are my Ruby Riott ice cream bars?
But I am excited that we're gonna see Ruby wrestle next week against Sonya Deville. Should be a good match. Of course, I love Ruby, and I think Sonya Deville's a badass. I just have never been a fan of that name.
Of the name Sonya Deville?
Yeah, because I feel like that is like a 40s, 50s movie actress name. And I like Daria Baronetto better because that sounds more like a badass, mixed martial artist name. But she's still a great talent, don't get me wrong. I just never have been a fan of that name, Sonya Deville. I've never been a fan of that name. Like when they changed Macy Estrella's name to Lacey Evans, that fit her perfectly because it's kind of like the girl next door name. She's like the beautiful blonde, and she's the old American girl, so that name fit her perfectly. But I just don't like the name Sonya Deville. I'm sorry, I can't get used to that name. I like Daria Baronetto better.
Yeah, I can agree there too. It sounded more like it fit her, what she represented, more like a mixed martial artist, MMA style as well.
Yeah, I think I think Sonya Deville would have fit. That name would have fit Lacey Evans better, but don't get me wrong, I like Lacey Evans. That's a very, that name fits her perfectly. But anyway, I'm excited to see her and Ruby mix it up. And of course, Mike, when Ruby wins, we riot. And if I don't get my Ruby Riott ice cream bar, I'm really gonna riot.
Oh, I still love playing that back. So you say you listen to your audience, right? Then where are my WWE ice cream bars? Like you couldn't. Yeah. He couldn't ask for anything else that he wanted. The big thing that mattered to Punk most was those ice cream bars.
Do you know he actually wrote a letter to Ben and Jerry's to try and get those brought back?
Wait, really? He did? I didn't hear that.
He wrote a letter to Ben and Jerry's trying to see if they would produce WWE ice cream bars.
Oh my goodness. Oh boy.
But yeah, no. My final thoughts. Great segment at the end of Ember versus Mercedes to get us hyped for the women's title match. which is going to be an awesome, can I even say insane, fatal 4-way, because it's going to have Kairi Sane and Ember Moon and Nikki Cross, who she's insane herself, and Peyton Royce. Oh, and by the way, when Peyton Royce came out, I was like, here comes Poison Ivy.
Oh my gosh.
No, because like, dude, seriously, she's like Poison Ivy and Billie Kay's like Catwoman.
That is true. Yes, definitely.
Yes. But it's gonna be. I'm very excited for the women. They're gonna kill it, and I'm excited to see Ruby Riott fight Sonya Deville next week. So women's division in NXT really looking strong. And what I love about the NXT women's division is that everybody matters and everyone's built up to be a credible contender and champion.
Exactly, and it has depth.
And you know what else I like about NXT with their women's division?
What is it?
Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. No freaking fatal 5-ways.
Oh yes, no constant fatal 5-ways. Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, they're all right when they happen, but they just overdo them. It's like we need something fresh, because that's why I keep saying also is they took away the non-women's title feuds as well, and that's what's caused the women's division not to feel as important as it did a little bit ago.
Fatal 5-way at Extreme Rules to determine who fights Brock. Fatal 5-way at Battleground to decide who faces Naomi.
Wait, did you say fatal 5-way to determine who faces Brock?
Yeah, that was the one at Extreme Rules.
Oh, Extreme Rules. Yeah, my bad. I thought we were talking about the women here. My bad.
No. Fatal. I'm just saying, like, WWE getting their heart on for Fatal 5-ways in general in 2017. Fatal 5-way to determine who faces Naomi at a SummerSlam, and that was at Battleground. Fatal 5-way. What was it, like shortly after SummerSlam that Charlotte won to fight Natalya at Hell in a Cell, and then Fatal 5-way at No Mercy for the Raw Women's title. Like, oh my god,
that was a good match though. I really liked that match.
It was, but like they're doing Fatal 5-way overkill, man. Like, you know how people talk about finisher overkill?
Yeah.
Oh, and every freaking Fatal 5-way on 205 Live.
Oh, I don't even watch it. Yeah. And again,
I don't watch 205 Live. I'm just in the chat right now. I want to send a shout out to Lumpy Dumper for his comments. Are you checking it? Are you checking it too, or?
I'm looking now. He says the Undisputed Era has to win. Maybe Cole win the NXT title before Takeover Houston to shock people to compete with ROH. I don't know. I mean, it could be a shocker if it happens, but I don't think they're going to pull the string on it yet. I think they're going to have him focused for the War Games match.
I predict if Adam Cole, I predict Adam Cole's going to win it at like he's going to win it at Takeover Philly before the Rumble, or Takeover New Orleans. He's going to win it at one of those.
It's possible, yeah. And all the Fatal 5 was on 205 Live. Oh my gosh. That show just
Mike say it.
I
like when you do that, man.
That show just needs to go away. And I sent Kalisto yesterday a happy birthday wish over Twitter because I was not going to be joining his birthday party on 205 Live last night.
I saw that. I was actually watching your part of your live SmackDown review during my dinner break last night at work. So that was cool. Yeah, happy belated birthday to Kalisto. Awesome cruiserweight. Just kill the cruiserweight division and let the cruiserweights wrestle for other titles. This division has died a slow, painful death in the past year.
It has, and it's been very unfortunate after what most of them put on at the Cruiserweight Classic just to end up like this. It's just a shame.
Yep. And one other thing before we get to the closing segment of the show, you notice No Way Jose has not been on the show for a while?
Yeah, he hasn't been around for a while either. I noticed that. When's the last time we've seen him? I can't even remember.
Do you think they're going to call him up maybe after Survivor Series?
I don't know. I just don't feel like he's quite ready yet, honestly. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I did hear rumors that he was going to get called up instead of Mojo Rawley at the draft, too. I thought that would have been a little too soon also.
That would have been a little too soon.
Yeah.
That would have been too soon. That would have been an Apollo Crews or Dana Brooke call up right there.
Pretty much right there, yes. But yeah, I forgot. I mean, I've been noticing Hideo Itami's not been seen since either Takeover Brooklyn 3 or his last match with Cassius Ohno. I've heard rumors he's going to the cruiserweight division. That's pretty
We
much.
talked about that. Remember
Yep.
during the NXT call-ups video?
Yep, that's pretty much asking for Tommy to have a shorter run and eventually probably making his way out of the company.
Go back to New Japan or go back to Pro Wrestling Noah at that rate. I mean, really, the cruiserweight division?
Please, this is a guy who was supposed to have Finn Balor's title reign a couple of years ago. You're going to put him on a cruiserweight division? Give me a break.
All right. Was there anything else that happened before the closing segment?
No, that was when they announced the match between Don and Gargano and Riot and Deville. So that's all that happened. Before we move on, in the live chat, Lumpy Dumpster says ACA doesn't feel like a big deal, and Drew could go up roster and continue Roddy versus Cole in 2018, and maybe they can turn around the cruiserweight division, moving up the weight like X division, or add Balor and Tommy, bringing people for one-shot deals. I mean, it wouldn't be bad to help put over, have Finn Balor and Cedric Alexander would be an awesome match, but I just don't trust that, if they put Balor in the cruiserweight division, they wouldn't take him back out,
That's dumb. They put him in the cruiserweight division. Finn better get the hell out of that company. Yes. That is a slap in his face. He is no freaking cruiserweight.
Not at all. No, that'd be as bad as like Aleister Black got put in there.
No, that's ridiculous.
It is.
I might stop watching WWE if they put him in the cruiserweight division. Enzo, fine, because he wasn't really doing much, and it actually benefited him getting over more as a heel and actually being more relevant. You put Finn Balor in there, that's a slap in his face.
Exactly, it is. Especially a guy.
I like what they're doing with him and Joe.
Yes, me too.
So far.
Yes, bringing back that great feud they had down at NXT.
Yep.
Speaking of which, also, I don't know if you realize this, but I noticed this when they had Joe and Balor team up the other night, but they're not doing the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic this year.
Yeah, they're not doing it this year. I didn't even stop to think about that. Maybe they'll do it early spring of 2018. Maybe they're not doing it because of War Games.
It's possible. Yeah, that's true. I didn't think of that.
That was a Dusty Rhodes specialty. So probably they're doing that more in his honor. They'll probably do it next year again.
Yeah, probably, because he did great War Games.
I know. War Games. It's War Games, baby.
War Games, baby.
Yeah. All right.
Well, let's get to this final segment.
Face to face.
Yes, face to face. Drew McIntyre and Andrade Cien Almas face to face. So McIntyre came out, congratulates Almas on his plan, or Zelina Vega's plan, finally working. And now that he's got what he wants, now that they got what they want, actually, they're in trouble. He said it's one thing to talk, but it's another thing to get in the ring and prove what kind of man you are. And McIntyre says it's clear what kind of man I am, as he holds up the title. And then he says how Zelina Vega has been doing a lot of talking about success and mountains, but she's about to find out he is the mountain. He, of course, mocks Almas and for not, being allowed off of Vega's leash. And then that's where Vega and Almas come out. And then Drew offers him like a princess wave and rolls his eyes. Then Almas comes out and they remove the suit and they start, brawling. And then he does put the Almas down, but then Zelina Vega tries to do a crossbody on him, and Drew catches him, and he's like, "No, you're just set down." It's like, "We're not doing this." But then Almas just takes him out with a little chop block to the leg, and then hits him with the hammerlock DDT, and then Vega just picks up the belt and shows it to him. And that's how we go off the air, though. Not the biggest beatdown, but just kept it a little simple and low. But I still thought it was reasonable. Again, this feud is it's all right. It's not like big standout, main event style, which is why, I'm hoping that the War Games match should be the main event. But this is a good opportunity for Almas as well. As I've been saying plenty of times too, they turned him heel last year, which I felt was the better move because he wasn't really getting anywhere as a face. He was doing all right, but he was just being just that typical heel, just helps put over, newer talent. It was a time that he actually tried getting somewhere, which is why then he got those big wins over Johnny Gargano after having Zelina Vega and him teaming up together. And they just played with Gargano's mind about that. He's still upset about the DIY split as well. And it's given him momentum as he has challenged Drew McIntyre for the NXT Championship as well. Robbie, your thoughts on this closing segment and any thoughts going to the title match this coming Saturday?
When Zelina Vega came out with no Andrade and Almas, I was thinking, okay, Almas is gonna like jump him from behind. But no, he actually came out like right after, like a few moments after Zelina came out, which was, that's different. And I mean, Zelina Vega, she's awesome. The fact that she's willing to like do a Hurricane Rana, Alita Rana onto Roderick Strong, or do a crossbody on a Drew McIntyre, which he caught her, and she's a tiny little thing, dude. Like, her tiny little body compared to his jacked body. Like, did you see that when he caught her?
Yeah, I keep forgetting how big McIntyre really is. He's like 6'5", 250. I keep forgetting he's that big. But yeah, it really did stand out to me. And like, he could just squash her right now if she wanted to.
Yeah, but I liked it. It was, wasn't the greatest closing segment, but I liked it for what it did. I mean, Andrade, I don't know if you noticed, Mike, but he literally spiked Drew McIntyre with that DDT. Like, Drew went up and then fell down.
Right, yeah.
Like, instead of just going face first, he planted him on his head, and he was up for like a split second and then went down.
Yep, that was pretty like sick looking and different looking.
Yeah. No, but I think they're gonna have a good match. I think didn't they wrestle earlier this year when Drew first came back?
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, that was a solid match.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have a better match at TakeOver War Games, and I think this is gonna be like a big moment for Andrade, like his very first title shot in NXT. It's not his first TakeOver match, but the biggest TakeOver match of his career. So I think it's going to be a good match. And I think NXT will put the War Games match last. I mean, they did Gargano and Ciampa last, Gargano and Ciampa versus AOP last at TakeOver Chicago, and that was perfect, especially considering what happened. So I'm sure NXT is gonna put the War Games match last. I have no concern that they would put this match as the main event, because I think they know it's all about War Games.
Right, yeah, they know which match to give the main event, not just give someone else the random main event for no reason. This is the match that it's the headline of the show. It's War Games.
If this was the main roster and they were booking these two matches, they would definitely put McIntyre and Andrade as the main event. They put War Games they would probably put War Games as the first match, as the opening match.
Probably, and they would just burn out the crowd already set the bar too high, and the rest of the show is just because as I found out, especially within the past year and a half, the order of the matches that happen at a pay-per-view is very important, because one match could just steal the show and then could just burn you out for the rest of the show.
Rock Hogan, WrestleMania 18, Taker Shawn 1, WrestleMania 25. Those are the best examples.
Oh yes, that's exactly those were, and then at SummerSlam in 2016, AJ Styles and John Cena. That was a pay-per-view where it really did hit me about the structure of your card. After that match happened, like nothing else came close to really topping that at all. Maybe except for Rollins and Balor, that was actually good, but with everybody crapping on the Universal title that match, that's what kind of like took me out of the match a little bit, but that was still a good match as well.
Yeah, you know what? I thought they put on a great match, and yes, I was frustrated when I saw it was a fruit roll-up title, but I didn't let the crowd chants of "this belt sucks" stop me from enjoying a great match between Rollins and Balor. And but card structure is very important, because you never know what that one match could be that like really steals the show, really burns you out, and then you got a whole 4 or 5 other matches to go.
Exactly. And in the live chat, actually, Lumpy Dumpster did kind of mention some that I've mentioned to you before about Gargano and Ciampa for the NXT title at the Mania Takeover, which we take over New Orleans. As I've mentioned a few times, like I think if they're going to go with that match, take over New Orleans, they got to get the title involved in there somehow. I mean, if they do go to a direction where Adam Cole eventually wins a title at either New Orleans or Philadelphia, I'd be fine with that as well. But just in my opinion, there's still going to be nothing going to be able to top off the match between Gargano and Ciampa at Takeover New Orleans that's due to happen. Because like we said before, the crowd's going to be so into that match, and then it's going to probably affect how they feel about the rest of the show. So that's why I've mentioned here and there of long-term booking. I mean, if McIntyre retains on Saturday, I won't be upset about it. I'll be fine with it. But what if Almas wins the title here? And since Gargano has not been able to overcome Almas yet, as he's lost him twice now due to Zelina Vega's distractions and with the whole DIY crap. Well, I shouldn't say crap, but what if this is where Gargano finally overcomes Almas, wins the title, and then Ciampa comes back to challenge him for the title at Takeover New Orleans, and that's your main event for New Orleans.
That, man, it's going to happen one way or another, Gargano and Ciampa, but I would love to see them fight for the NXT Championship. I mean, here's another great thing you can do. Just taking what you have and adding a little more to it. What if at the Royal Rumble NXT TakeOver, it's Johnny Gargano challenging Andrade Cien Almas for the NXT Championship, and if Johnny Gargano loses, he has to leave NXT.
That's a high possibility as well. Adding that stipulation in there as well, because
you could create some doubt. You could create doubt. Like, could Johnny actually win the title, stay on NXT, or could he lose and go to the main roster? Pretty much, like you could create that doubt. You're not sure if Johnny's gonna win. You're not sure if he can win. But when the stakes are that high, you got to believe that's when Johnny Wrestling is going to rise to the occasion.
I mean, yeah. I mean, especially if he's still, having, struggling to overcome some victories there as well. Maybe he's going to get that doubt in his mind as well. Maybe I don't really belong here anymore, and that could just, raise the stakes even higher. I like that. Yes.
Yeah. That'd be great. And I mean, earlier in the show, Johnny said, "I'm not ready to leave NXT." He told William Regal that, you know what? Don't leave NXT. Because I'm just afraid they're gonna not properly book you. So I think that's kayfabe meeting reality in a way. So you get what I'm saying?
Right. Yes, I definitely would love to see that happen.
I definitely want to see. I definitely can't wait for Gargano and Ciampa. That will be the most compelling match of whatever takeover that happens. I mean, what's gonna happen. It's very unfortunate that Ciampa got hurt, and that he hasn't been on TV since Takeover Chicago or the NXT episode where he explained his actions. But when he comes back, they're gonna kick it in high gear, and we could be looking at the match of the year for 2018.
Oh, no doubt about it. Definitely. Even their match in the Cruiserweight Classic was like one of the best in 2016.
One of the best of the year. Hell of a match. Gargano took an ass kicking, and he came back, and he kept fighting. That was incredible.
Exactly, and that's why these two are definitely two of the future greats.
Yep.
All right. Well, with that is it for this review of NXT's This Week edition, the Go Home edition. Before we go off, Robbie, what grade would you give this week's episode of NXT?
Because of how much I enjoyed this episode and how excited it got me, how more excited it got me for NXT TakeOver War Games, and just because it was a simple go-home show that did what it needed to do, I'm gonna give it a B+. I thought it was overall a strong episode, a strong go-home show for NXT. So I give it a B+.
All right, I'm going to stick to it probably about just a B. But like you said, it was just a simple go-home show. Nothing really 5-star. You're going to really look back and just remember like 10 years from now. But it was still strong. It did its job. It was definitely not average at all, but it did its job of getting us hyped for War Games as well. And I know War Games is going to tear the house down this Saturday night, and hopefully Survivor Series will do as well on Sunday.
I'll remember Peyton Royce walking down the ramp looking all fine, like, damn, girl.
That's gonna be your favorite memory from this episode of NXT.
If I don't remember anything else, I will remember Poison Ivy walking down the catwalk.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Four Horsemen of the YWC and the Iconic Duo. Wow. What a 6-person dream team that'd be.
That would be quite phenomenal, I'd say.
Phenomenal or glorious?
Oh, glorious.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. But yep, so that will wrap up this review, guys. Again, Robbie, thank you for tuning into the show. It's a blast as always. Chatting wrestling with you. Lumpy Dumpster. I'm sorry, Dumper. I'm sorry, I keep saying Dumpster. Lumpy Dumper. Thank you for your thoughts in the live chat.
Botching names, huh, Mike? Botching names.
Yeah, I'm botching names.
You know what happens, Mike, when you botch a YouTube username on your own review on your own channel?
Uh-oh.
I don't have it pulled up, though. I'm sorry.
Mine's in the drawer right now. But yeah, Robbie, before we go off the air, if you want, you can get a quick plug in your channel right here if you want.
All right. Thank you, Mike. As always, thank you for, yes, we are live, Lumpy Dumper. Anything can happen when it's live. But yeah, I thank you, Mike, for having me. This was awesome. I had been wanting to do an NXT review with you for a while. So this worked out perfectly for us. Thank you for, for waiting up on me and everything. And thanks for having me on here. You guys can find me at Robbie1Kenobi. Here on YouTube, my channel is linked in the description box. And my username on Twitter is also Robbie1Kenobi, spelled the same way that it's spelled here on YouTube. And I'm just very passionate about wrestling and YouTube, and I hope to one day write for WWE. If you guys haven't seen, I have some fantasy booking videos where I did a Finn Balor Bray Wyatt double turn, which is money in itself. Like, just if you guys haven't seen that video, please go check it out. And I've done some other fantasy booking videos in the past. I've done fantasy match cards for pay-per-views with Mike and another one of our fellow Horseman brothers, one of our all-time favorites, Daniel Gaiza. So definitely go check out my work, guys. And if you like my work and you think I'd make a great addition to the WWE writing staff, there's a hashtag that I'm gonna put in the or there's a hashtag that Mike and I have been trying to get trending, and it's hashtag please sign Robbie and hashtag please sign Mike. So if you like what you see from both of us, give good old WWE a tweet and let them know that 2 Force of the Horsemen want to write and want to give them a stronger product. So thanks everyone for tuning in, and shout out to Lumpy Dumper for being for taking over for T and Couponer tonight, because usually T and Couponer would be in the freaking live chat. But thank you for everybody watching, and Mike, thank you again. It's always a pleasure being on your channel, Daniel's channel, Gene's channel, and I know I've been going on. I'm gonna end it right here, but thanks, man, for having me on.
Sure thing, man. It's always good having the opportunity to chat with you as well. Yes, definitely, please sign Robbie, please sign Mike, please sign anybody who is going to want to make a huge difference on the writing team for the WWE. Especially Robbie here. He's got a lot of great creative ideas, a lot of ideas that just blow me out, blow my mind. Heck, he just had the idea of, adding a stipulation to a match between Almas and Gargano for a title, saying if Gargano loses, he must leave NXT. He always knows how to raise the stakes. So definitely, strong consider us, but definitely consider Robbie. Again, please check out his channel as well. And it's also, please check out my channel here, the Club of the Man 1993. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave thoughts down in the comment section. Also follow me on Twitter at the Man Airboy 93 as well. And just stay tuned for more content to come to our channels as well. And
definitely, guys. Yep. Oh, sorry, Mike. Didn't mean to cut you off. I was gonna say, definitely, guys, keep supporting our channels. We love what we do, and let's send a little memo to Kevin Bucktooth. Done. Kevin. Done. Kevin Bucktooth. Done, and let him know that the future. NXT slogan is "The future is now." I think the future for creative writing in WWE is now in the form of Mike, me, the Lex Man, Daniel, Gene, and anyone else that has the passion to make that product better. As this one famous man that Daniel always quotes, because Daniel does a great job impersonating this guy, we will make the WWE great again.
We can never have a live stream without one Trump impersonation.
I would do my Daniel impersonation, but last time he tried to put me on the list, so I'm not gonna do it right now.
Oh yeah, but yeah, hopefully we'll definitely.
But guys, Jay from the BSP Wrestling Show here to bring you my NXT review.
I hope
I miss that guy.
I miss him too. I hope he'll be able to make the end of the year awards video we get to do on Dance Channel next month. That's always a blast. I look forward to doing that for the 3rd year in a row.
We're gonna be popping brewskis and just drinking and talking. This is gonna be fun.
I seriously might actually pop a beer open when we do that. Now just say that. We can just do a we just be stone cold right now or whatever. Toasting to a great year 2017.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah. All right. Thanks again, Mike. Been a blast.
Sure. And Lumpy Dumper says, "Set it to Wombo, Patrick." Best quote. "Set it to Wombo, SpongeBob." In the episode where SpongeBob steals the
an M for mini when it should be W for Wombo.
It's first grade, SpongeBob.
You know who you reminded me of real quick? The way you sounded.
Who?
James Ellsworth. And it's sad that James Ellsworth got released today.
I know it is sad, but at the same time, you could have only went so far with him. I felt he was, ran his course as well. But I wish James the best of luck in whatever he goes into next in his future endeavors as well.
I do too. Thank you, James Ellsworth, for really fun memories. I mean, SmackDown made you a household name when you just came in to get killed by Braun Strowman that one night, that one Raw in Pittsburgh. And you went on to have more wins over AJ Styles and John Cena, and you stopped Braun Strowman from beating up Team SmackDown. Remember last year he held on to Strowman's legs?
Yes, I remember that as well. And he paid the price with the choke slam or whatever through the table. But he took it for the team.
He got thrown.
Oh yes.
Yeah, but no, I do want to say thank you, James Ellsworth. It was fun watching you on SmackDown. And hey, Mike, let's say it for old time's sakes one more time for good old James Ellsworth. Duh!
And at least he got a kiss from Carmella as well. He got a kiss and slap, but he got somewhere with her at least.
He got put on a chain. He got put on a leash.
That is true. Yes, he got put on the leash also. And then he just got obliterated by the whole women's division. But, again, he ran his course. It was fun while it lasted, but it's time for him to move on to what's next.
And he got a T-shirt, bro.
That is true, yes.
He has an action figure coming out.
Oh, my goodness.
It's crazy to think that this one little dude who got squashed by Braun Strowman went on to become like a popular player on SmackDown. It's crazy, man.
It is. I can't believe it myself.
And he's got a T-shirt and he's got an action figure coming out. Wow. Even if it was a short run, James Ellsworth really made the best of it.
Yes, he did. All right, but with that, Robbie, I think we're gonna check out.
Yeah.
Now, I'm pretty tired. I've had a long day, but again, thank you for tuning in again. Hopefully, we can do more of these some other time, and definitely get Dan and Gene on as well. And yeah, just see what happens next, and enjoy War Games and Survivor Series this weekend as well.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you again, Lumpy Dumper, and anybody else who tuned into this review as well. And with that, guys, we will see you all later. Have a great night.
Have a nice night.